We're back with another episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice something different. You'll notice one of your three favorite hosts not in the StreamYard. Wes is having technical difficulties. His headphones are not working. He might be lying. Maybe he's kind of breaking up with us, but it's just me and
Yeah,
Bobby today. But we're going to get you through. We're coming a day early because Bobby's got to be a corporate CEO girl boss. So, Bobby, how
yeah,
are you doing?
boss baby. I'm doing great. I'm a little sleepy, but today's kind of like my Thursday because when I travel to go out of town for work, I always feel like it's a short week because
Mm-hmm.
it's just different when you're like in the office and doing fun stuff at night. So I'm feeling good in high spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know that there's ever been an episode of this show without Wes. I think you two have done one, maybe not. I can't remember. I'm
I
not
can't
sure.
remember either.
I don't
I
know.
feel I feel like I'm not quite sure, but Wes, we joke that he is the Kim of our group, and time again, he proves that. And what I mean by that is that Kim Kardashian is the obvious diva in the family. Wes is our diva. He
He's
doesn't
a me
text us
guy.
back, doesn't text us back, and then he comes out with this whole, oh, my headphones are broken.
Yeah, I bet they are, Wes. I bet they are. You're who knows what you're doing. He's probably betting women, jerking his little pud. He's whatever.
Yeah, he says
Um
he's going on a jog right now. I'm calling cap on that.
Jogging without headphones might be kind of freeing. I would definitely feel like I'm better than everyone for
Oh,
sure.
I would. Sometimes when I go to the gym without headphones, I feel like I'm better than everyone.
Like
I'm like, you guys are so like I'm unplugged.
I'm connecting with my body. I'm really being intentional about every single movement, step, muscle contraction.
Right.
Your progress it shows that you need to listen to your little Joe Rogan while you're doing
Hmm.
your Bulgarian split squat there.
Right. You freaking pussy.
Speaking of bodies, this is a fun thing that's going on in my life. So I woke up. Well, I guess I kind of just the middle of the not the middle of the night when I'm going to bed last night. My tailbone is just killing me, and I have no idea what's going on.
I
Like
hope it's not your new chair.
I don't think so. This chair is better than my old one, and I wasn't sitting in it yesterday at all. I was just doing errands around the house. I did not work out yesterday. I went to the
Hmm.
grocery store. My tailbone is absolutely fucking killing me today. I didn't go work out because of it. It's killing me right now. I do not understand what's happening. There was no fall. There was no bumping of
Hmm.
anything. I do not
Was this
understand what's
slept
happening.
weird?
Well, no, it started hurting before I went to bed. I hadn't even gone to
That's
bed yet, and
weird.
it was hurting. I
Hmm.
do not understand what's happening. It is
Maybe you need to
concerning.
stretch.
Maybe I don't know. There's no stretch that really makes it feel like it feels like it's bruised, like it hurts to the touch. It doesn't really hurt when I stretch it. It's
Damn.
very strange.
Has
I don't know
Michaela
how
been beating you up?
I
She's been
don't
beating
think
on you?
so. Unless she like I don't know, knocked me unconscious. I don't know. Not that I know of, but it's really sad and bothering me, and it's honestly frustrating the shit out of me. I don't like it. I just want it to
Hmm.
not be that way.
Do you believe in chiropractors?
Kind of. Not really. Not really.
Yeah. I've
5 out
never
of 10.
had
I went
I've
to one
never had a
once.
great
Yeah, I went to one once. It did no. I mean, he popped my back, but it didn't really do
yeah.
anything for me.
Yeah. I tell you about the first time I went to the chiropractor and he saw my tattoo? I think I did on one of
No,
the episodes.
go ahead.
I I was like 18, went to the chiropractor for the first time, lifted up my shirt, and I for those who are listening who don't know, I have a tattoo on my spine. It's like vertical and it's supposed to say boldness be my friend, and the O and the L are a little too close together, so it does look like badness. And he like chuckled and he's like, huh, badness, huh? And I was like,
I'm
that's
leaving.
just I'm
Mm,
uncomfy now.
I gotta imagine chiropractors as a community are a creepy bunch. They give off that vibe.
There was a brief moment in time where Tommy was like about to apply to go to school to be a chiropractor. And I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, he was gonna have to like take off work, and it was just a whole thing. And I am just I'm very happy that he didn't. I believe in all different types of medicine, but I'm not sipping on that Kool-Aid 100%.
No, I don't know. It
I have
seems
friends that are chiropractors, so I feel bad, but like,
I think there's value in it in the way there's a massage has value, not in like a super serious medical value to it.
yeah, if my back hurts and all of that, great. I'll do it. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm having all of these issues. I'm gonna go to the chiropractor. Like, I'm gonna try some other stuff first.
I think there's
So,
a reason that there is a giant sector of chiropractor like clickbait YouTube videos. You don't have that for like dentists
um,
or doctors that are quote unquote real doctors.
yeah,
And it does works better because it's very satisfying to watch too, I guess, as a factor. But it's always like
yeah.
the guy hasn't walked in fucking 8 months. He came in, I adjusted him, and he could walk again. Or look at this sexy chick with
That's
giant tits. I'm gonna go ahead and pop her back.
right. Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of plastic surgeons that have like weird videos like that too, but chiropractors are always like the same type of guy that are making those videos.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all big, jacked, seemingly like kind of like they wax their entire body, too
Yeah,
much
like
hair gel.
they could work at the supplement superstore for sure.
Yeah. GNC bros, without a doubt.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe I should go to the
Well,
chiropractor.
you have a big update with your back. I have a big update personal wise. I have deleted TikTok off of my phone.
It got that bad, huh? Or
Yeah.
our talk inspired you?
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of debating it a little bit, and then last night I just like couldn't sleep, and it was just like, man, it was like I was reaching for a crack pipe. Like every
Mm-hmm.
time I tried to roll over and go to sleep, it was just like trying to find my fucking phone. It's so bad. I know it's just rotting my brain. And it's one of those things that like there is a such thing as being too exposed to stuff. Like it's okay to not know senseless stories about people even if they're funny. Like I can't be distracting myself nonstop, and I had to freaking delete it. I got to get off my phone so freaking much.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have too much shit in my brain. TikTok, especially, like Twitter, was one thing where you're reading stuff, and that's also probably more information than I need. But
Yeah.
TikTok, it's just a million
It's
things that are all kind of unrelated. There's a
yeah.
cooking video, some fucking cracked out yokel from Alabama, and then fucking a podcast about the NFL. It's
Yeah.
just my brain turns into scrambled eggs.
Same. And it's kind of one of those things too that I I would just love to see the long-term effects of like everything that we're doing. Like
Yeah.
always having the phone in the hand, always doing, it's like so I'm gonna try to get better about it. It's freaking hard. Like we're never gonna be perfect with it, but I'm like, I've got to make some, healthy changes.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's literally addiction. You kind of have to treat it that way. It's a little less serious than some addictions, but I mean, that's what it is. It's addiction. You have to like wean yourself off it slowly, or I mean, you could probably quit cold turkey with this a
yeah.
little easier, but uh yeah, I mean, it's fucking hard. Don't beat yourself up, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, I my problem is I don't have shit to do to fill the rest of my time most of the time. I guess I mean, that's kind of a me problem, but
Yeah.
I
I
struggle to fill my time with other shit.
So yesterday and today, both, I like was determined that I wasn't going to go to bed with the house messy. So I
Mhm.
like put on today for a little bit, I put on a podcast, listened to that for a little bit, cleaned up, did some laundry, woke up to a clean house, which was great, did a little workout. I read an entire book this weekend, which was nice. So I'm just gonna slowly try to do some better habits. I'm also doing this. I got this idea from one of my customers or clients, whatever you want to call them. And you put, because it's hard to recall throughout the year everything that you did that was positive. So she's like, just throw everything in a jar. And then at the end of the year,
Mm.
you can see it because it's so hard to like remember your small things that were like good accomplishments. So I'm going to try that. So,
That sounds good. That sounds really nice. It sounds like it's really gonna fill you up. I hope so. Anyway, you came over. You and your
yep,
lovely fiance came over, and it felt good to just sit and shoot the shit for a couple hours. We played some board games, had
I
some
agree.
laughs. We
Didn't
just
have to,
interacted. Not a cell phone in sight. It felt nice.
it
Felt
did.
nice.
I agree. And it's just like we do that a few times, or we've done that a few times with a few of our other friends in Lebanon, where it's like we all get together and just play like a few games. It's just so nice to do stuff like that and kind of rewire your brain. Like, oh, there's people right in front of me that are funny. I don't have to go listen to a 3 minute mind numbing video on TikTok. Like, I can just hear what my happened to my friends this week.
Hmm.
So, also, I'm a big fan of calling people. Like, if I feel like I need to talk or like interact where I'm like on TikTok too much, I'm like, just give someone a ring.
Yeah.
Call your mom.
Yeah.
She'd love to talk.
I'm the opposite. I should probably call people more. I really should. I never do. I never ever call anybody. I am antisocial in that way. I do
Yeah.
not. I don't know. It gives me some sort of weird anxiety. When people call me, it gives me a weird anxiety, and I know other people have that,
Oh,
but I don't know. Even if it's just someone just calling just to call, I'm just like I don't know. I get a weird anxiety when the phone rings. I
damn.
don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I like to FaceTime every now and then, just catch up. Like we FaceTimed with Drew last night. Shout out to Drew. He's doing our wedding ceremony, so we had a little call, but we were like catching up on a few random things, and it's like we never do this. We never catch up and talk. So I know I'll probably fall off at times, of course, but I'm like, I've got to start filling my brain with things that are going to be beneficial. Like, I just have too many dumb things that are up
Yeah,
here. So stay tuned. You might
yeah.
see my jar get filled this year, folks.
Fucking fill that shit up. Yeah, if anyone has any good tips, fucking send them our way. If you got any good systems or plans or apps, maybe. I know there's a lot of apps you can try on your
Yeah,
phone that are good for that. I set like app limits, but if you give me like the snooze or whatever, I just hit ignore every time. It's
same,
like every
same.
time. It's like this does absolutely fucking nothing.
I agree. I have app limits on every single app for social media and I don't listen to them. I will say I do like a few of the apps, like the little, like, not actual crossword puzzles, but like other things that are like, how many words can you make from these 5 letters? And they get harder each one or whatever. Like Wordle. I feel like I just go through phases with stuff. Like if I like read a book, I'll like hyperfixate on books for a little bit, but I'm like, I'd rather do that and hyperfixate on books than be on my phone. So one of my goals this year is to be more present. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm as bad as it gets with that, even just with people in my personal life, like just in general. I don't know. My
Well, you
phone
were
is a
great
crutch.
Saturday.
Yeah, I know. Well, you get a little drunk, it's a little easier to be yourself. That's the thing about booze sometimes. You just
Sometimes
forget
booze
about
is good.
yeah, yeah. It's God, isn't that a bitch? It's like, man,
Yeah,
this makes me feel like I'd want to feel, but it's also bad for me. That
you're
seems
right.
stupid.
Healthy moderation. We just had a few drinks, a few cannolis. Those cannolis
Those are some
were
good
so
cannolis.
good.
The rest of
Antonino's
yeah,
Taverna, if you're in the St. Louis area.
yeah, check
Great.
it out. Meal was pretty good. The dessert was stellar. It
Better.
was
Yeah.
stellar
My
dessert.
Yeah, I wish that my meal was better, but you know what? I'm just gonna get right the fuck over it. Um, you also went and saw Avatar this weekend, did you?
I did. I really liked it. I would recommend it. It is a commitment. If you don't like watching 3 hour movies, it's a 3 hour movie. Don't go watch it. But it is an improvement in every way from the first Avatar, I would say. And I don't love the first Avatar. I think it is a fun watch, and that's kind of what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of hits all the dumb parts of your brain that you want from a movie. It's kind of a stupid, obvious family story. There's some cool action, some cool violence, some incredibly goofy shit. The funniest shit to me is that they give like human clothes to the avatars, but
Oh
they're like
yeah.
9 feet tall. So like these 9 feet tall, like the whole thing is the bad guys get like the bad white settler guys get avatars, and that's like kind of the conflict of the
Oh.
thing. So basically all these bad guys are avatars, but they're dressed up like fucking January 6th White Lives Matter avatars. They
Oh.
literally have like Oakley sunglasses and fucking combat boots. It is
Pit vipers.
hilarious. It fucking rules.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's kind of cool.
It's
I want to see it. Tommy doesn't want to see it, and I'm not going to go watch it alone. I'll wait till it comes out. I am anxious to see it though, because I like the first Avatar.
yeah, I mean I would also recommend going to see it in the theater, but if you can't get him to go, he'll go
Can't get
watch
the
all those
old ball
fucking
and
Marvel
chain.
movies, but he won't go see Avatar. I mean,
Well,
I cannot.
we didn't go see Black Panther, which was the first Marvel movie that we've not gone to see in theaters. And
You've
I
seen
think,
every single one
I mean, every single one since we started dating.
since you started dating. God damn, that's a lot of movies. Fuck.
And we normally go to like the showing the night before. So it's like normally weeknight, staying up late. I I think that I don't care about the storyline very much in Marvel, but there's always pretty good actors in the comedy. Like it's kind of like there's a lot of comic relief in the within the movies too. So I enjoy them. I mean, I'm not a big comic girly, but I still like them. You know, Chris Evans not being in it, Robert Downey Jr.'s not in it anymore, Scarlett Johansson's not in it. I don't know how much I'm gonna like it.
I mean, it's just kind. I don't know.
Chadwick, that's tough.
It's
He's
just
not in it.
it's just I mean, they're going to keep making them forever. I don't know
Yeah.
if they'll ever be able to recapture the thing. I mean, it'll be like Star Wars. Like Star Wars never got back to what it was in like the 1970s. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking hard, but they
I
just keep
think,
trying because they're going to keep making a fuckload of money.
right.
But maybe they won't because, now the whole top whatever box office list this year is, not all Marvel movies, but
Yeah, I don't think that'll stop him for a while. But um also I have been seeing amazing reviews about Megan. Have you
yeah, I,
considered?
I it was, I was aware that it was a thing and didn't really seem like my thing, but now with all the reviews, I think I have to watch it.
Yeah. And any good previews while you were there? That's my favorite part, seeing the upcoming previews because I don't ever watch them on TV because I'm like streaming shit.
Um, the new Barbie movie, I'm very excited to
Oh,
go see that. It looks fucking. I have no idea what to expect. It looks insane. I really
really?
like the director of that. Yeah, it's gonna. I think
I
it's gonna
haven't
be
seen it.
very very weird. Well, the trailer is just like a spoof of another old movie. The trailer really has nothing to
Oh.
do with this movie. It's sort of like poking fun at film bros that are like fucking Barbie, dude. I watch fucking Christopher Nolan movies and fucking shit. And so basically,
Oh.
she's just kind of like spitting in their face with this preview. So that's kind of funny. I'm excited about it. It could be terrible. It could be great. Uh, then on the same day, Christopher Nolan's new movie is coming out about the guy that invented the atomic bomb. So that should be interesting.
That should be interesting.
Killian Murphy is starring in that, and it's a crazy cast. Josh Peck's in it actually, so fun
Wow.
fact.
What a fun fact.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I haven't been to the movies in a hot minute. I feel like the last movie we went to see had to have been Marvel. but we'll see. Go to movie theater snack?
I'm usually just a popcorn person, to be honest with you. I like a popcorn and a soda. If I do get candy, probably Twizzlers or peanut M&Ms.
Mm, I have to get a slushie while I'm there. I can't get
Really?
popcorn and not get like a cherry slushie.
Interesting.
And a Kit Kat
Interesting.
probably too.
Yeah, I like to not go too crazy. I don't want too many things. I often also, if I get candy and the popcorn, I don't necessarily like the combination of those
Oh,
flavors. Usually, I don't. I like salty and sweet, but usually in that situation, it's not my fave.
okay.
Uh, when I went to go see Avatar, I went to Alamo Draft House, which like serves actual food to your
Hmm.
seat, which I don't really think I love that much. Like it's a fun novelty, but if it's pitch black, I don't want to really be trying to eat like a cheeseburger
Yeah.
and like dipping my fries in ketchup. And also feel like the smells in there get a little invasive. Like if someone next
Mm.
to you orders, I don't know what they would order, something
Like
with
barbecue, something.
onions or something, like a caramelized
Yeah.
onion burger, and I'm just there trying to eat my popcorn and watch the movie. That seems like that'd be a little aggressive. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of out on real meals at the movies, I
I
think.
agree. I do. So at the movie theater by our house, you can get like these just like huge draft beers.
Hmm.
Which I mean, that's a pretty common thing now, but I do like that because it's like I bring a blanket and everything with me. I'm just gonna cuddle up because our recliners are like super nice with a big old blue moon. Like, it's hard to beat that at the movie
Yeah,
theater.
a beer is good. Yeah, if you're going to a nice night show, a beer is good. I love like a 10 a.m. movie. I love
Really?
going to a movie at like first thing in the morning when there's nobody in there. You come out and the sun's still up. Oh, it's fantastic. In college, I would do it all the time.
Interesting
Sundays,
take.
like 10 a.m., I would go to movies. It's so good. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love it.
Well,
Have a
I'm
nice
happy
day
for
to
you.
yourself. I love going to movies by myself. I love going to movies in the morning. It's great.
That's self-care right
Yeah.
there.
That's
Well,
men don't need to go to therapy. Just go to the movies at like 10 in the
yeah.
morning. That'll
You
suffice.
know, that was the thing too. I think I told you last week that you need to watch Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, I hear bad
Okay.
things. I hear just crazy shit about it. I don't
You
really.
have to watch. Please watch and let me
Okay.
know.
I will literally I will try to remember to watch it before we talk again next week.
Okay. You have plenty
I'll
of
try.
time.
I do. Football will be, well, college football will be over. National championship game's going on right now. It's an absolute snoozer. Georgia's beating the absolute shit out of fucking TCU, so that's fun.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh
That
my gosh.
Wes just wants to watch football. He's lying to us. He's being a
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Fucking Wes. Little pussy ass
Fuck.
bitch. Also, I was gonna say, I would love your take. I have a few wedding updates. So here's one. Tommy loves cookie cakes. Who doesn't love a good cookie cake? I am going to surprise him with this like big ass tiered cookie cake at the wedding where it's like literally like 8 layers. Do you remember at Drew and Allison's wedding they had that?
No, I don't.
Well, it looked delicious, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I would just love to tear into that. Like, I'm not a big sweets person, like when I'm starting to drink, but towards the end of the night, I'll like put my paws into anything. So I just pulled the trigger. I was like, absolutely. It's expensive for a bunch of fucking chocolate chip cookies, and I don't care. I think it's going to be
So there will be no traditional wedding cake, or there will be
so there
also
is
this.
there is traditional wedding cake. There's not going to be like a ton of wedding cake. We didn't get enough for each
Yeah,
individual guest because I'm like, it's so much money, and I don't think that most people care when they're
sure.
drinking. Like the older guests, whatever. And then but like groom cakes are kind of a thing where you like surprise your groom with like a cake that's like a personality cake and like it might have something fun on it. So I'll probably put like a little Bruce thing on there or
Mm-hmm.
something. And so we're gonna have both. We might have a few other like insomnia cookies or like something else delivered, just like random desserts. But I don't want to worry about like a big dessert bar or anything like that because I feel like anytime I'm at a wedding, it's not something that I put very high on my like value list, and so
No,
it's
I
not
forget
it's
all
not
about it.
great. Yeah,
That's
I'm
always like,
like,
oh shit, I forgot to go get dessert every single time.
yeah, yeah. I can count on like one hand how many weddings I've been to where I've actually like gone to get the dessert. Because as soon as I start having drinks, I'm like, whatever. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna get all the sugary shit in my belly. So that's an update. RSVPs have started to roll in. We're
Yeah, the invites looked immaculate. I got mine today. Very well done. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
The wax seal, what a touch. I felt like I was going to Hogwarts. Great times.
Yeah, it was fun. It was I summoned my entire family to come over and I had an assembly line and I was a little bit of a stickler on this assembly line, but you know what? I don't care. It paid off.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
looks
Well,
great.
you're a boss bitch. Everyone knows that about you.
Hey, truth.
I was gonna
Also, go ahead. Sorry.
is Bruce gonna be involved in the wedding?
See, this
Or
is
is
a
he gonna
tough
be
subject.
not there at all?
He is actually not able to be there.
Yeah.
So that's fine. We invited him to be in some of our invited. We involved him in some of our
He'll think about
engagement
it.
pictures. Yeah, he'll be in a few pics. But it's like I don't want to risk him jumping on my dress and he can't be inside the venue, so I'd be paying someone to like drive him all the way over there for,
Mm-hmm.
nothing, basically. Um he's not gonna fucking cooperate for pictures. Like you know him. He's just like a super hyper puppy and yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way.
Just wondering, just curious. I always am usually, I mean, I don't know. I feel like most people are smart enough to know if they have the type of dog that will perform well in that situation. And I
Yeah.
think you realize you do not have that. Usually it's an older dog that's just kind
Yeah.
of going to lay around and
Or
hang
a
out all night.
trained dog. Bruce is an unruly bastard, and I
He,
am willing to admit that.
he's an absolute barbarian.
He
It's not
is.
great. He's a lot. He's a lot.
He is. And it's just kind of one of those things where I'm like, whatever. I've lost all control. I'm not good at training a dog. I think that it was a rookie mistake for me to get a big dog, never having a big dog, because I obviously don't know how to train him. But he's just a big old gentle giant at the same time.
Too late
So,
now.
right, fuck it.
Too late
Fuck it.
now. We're going all the fuck in. Did you have something else going on with your wedding? Did I cut you off? I feel like I
Um,
did.
No, you cut me off, but I was going to go right into what I'm most excited about, which
What are you
is
most excited about?
all this royal family drama. I know you feel a certain type of way.
I think the royal family is a stupid concept. All that being said, I fully understand the appeal from a paparazzi.
Yeah.
Uh, pardon the pun. I guess it's not really a pun. The T, a little British joke
Ooh.
there.
Ooh.
I fully understand like that side of being into it, like, because they're the British Kardashians
Yeah,
basically.
right. There's no other family that I would compare them to is like how we know the Kardashians and all the fame and all of that. So here's my thing. Harry is
Well,
I
first,
wasn't
what's going on? The
okay.
only thing I know is that Harry is basically doing kind of a press tour, it seems like, and shitting on his family is the
Yes.
gist.
So here's the thing. Harry is releasing a book. It comes out the 10th, right? Tomorrow, I think. And he is basically going through and it's like a tell-all with everything, like detailing things with his mom, detailing when he found out that the queen died, uh obviously the biggest thing is that when he started dating Meghan Markle, um, everything that went down in all of the press and all of the alleged like racial things that happened even with inside the crown and all of that. Um, he called William's hairline. Oh my God, did you see that? What did he call it?
I saw he didn't really apologize for it. To me, that seems just like brothers talking shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what he
No, but
said,
he
but
no, he said something specifically about like he's worried about William's hairline or something.
really?
Yeah, it was like
Worried
messy
how?
because he said like it's like uncommon like I hold on, I'm butchering it, but that was definitely my favorite thing to break so far. Um but it's just headline after headline. So I think I'm gonna have to go buy the book. I wasn't originally going to, but like I've got to know what is being said.
Yeah, I have CNN basically did a key takeaways from the memoir. Harry says William attacked him and threw him onto the floor when they were arguing about Meghan, I guess.
Yeah,
Difficult, rude, and abrasive is what Harry called, or which one's William's the bald one, right?
yeah.
William called, grabbed him by the collar, ripping my necklace, and it knocked me to the floor. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, in any family, like, that's kind of crazy for, like, grown adults to be, like, fighting over, like, who they want to date and stuff, right? Like, I think that there's a lot of fucked up stuff going on here. William can't get out of the crown. Like, he literally has to be king. So I think that he is probably just on defense mode, of course. Like, anytime there's someone that's going to threaten to take a family member away or whatever. And I guess there were like comments made about like the baby's skin color, and I'm very curious if the book will reveal that. Because the rumor is that that was actually Kate who said that.
Who's Kate? Kate is
Kate
William's wife,
Williams. Yep. Hmm.
but she's not bloodline. She's
Correct.
married in. Got it.
Correct. Um,
It says he killed
so
25 people in Afghanistan. That seems like a lie.
I don't know. He served for a little while.
But like, surely they're like, hey, Harry, you're gonna not actually ever
He had,
do anything.
I don't know though. He had like a bunch of like actual like awards and shit.
Well, I mean, they're obviously gonna, oh, Harry, here you go, buddy. You're so
Mm,
good. Here's a trophy. You did such a good job, buddy.
maybe.
Way to go. Good
I don't
job.
know. He doesn't seem like the type. He's I don't know. And also, I don't know, have you ever heard any of the controversies about like Diana like not actually being killed and she just like moved to Canada to like get out of the press? Because so I don't know if you know it or not, but like the current king, Charles, would not have been able to remarry unless Diana was dead because
Mm-hmm.
like because he was in line to be thrown, he can't be divorced. And so I am always so curious about that. And I guess he touches on like not believing that she was dead for a while and how he found out and Charles didn't even hug him and like all this shit. Real messy stuff here.
Yeah. I am always a little against conspiracy theories just based on how many people have to keep that story straight for so long. I just,
Yeah.
because you got to think, a lot of people probably know if that is the case and they had her. Yeah, I
I
mean,
would
I don't know.
hope,
I do kind of believe they had her killed
yeah.
for her to be still alive. I could not believe that
I
less.
I agree. I don't believe that she's still alive, but I feel like it's just interesting to like hear someone who's impacted by the conspiracy and like him saying like, look what it did to my mom. Like he obviously recognizes that like she had to have been killed. Like there was no way around that. So I think it'll be quite
Yeah, I'm reading
interesting
that
to see what
now.
happens. Um, Very sad. I started watching and like binged The Crown and like absolutely loved it. And obviously, it's not like, every single thing that happens, but I do think there's a lot of truth and to how it's set up and just like the big picture. Very insightful.
Yeah, it's just a bizarre deal. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like who cares? Why are we still doing this?
And
What service does it? What purpose does it serve other than entertainment? Like
right.
you being the king, what does that even mean? What is the point?
Yeah, it's just like you're basically the voice of the people, and then you have like the
But all the
government.
people fucking hate you basically. They all kind of
I
don't
feel
like
like it,
you from what I gather.
I think
It
it
seemed
just
like
kind of depends.
yeah, I mean it's probably like America. It's, it's divided. Half the people are like,
Right,
"How dare you ever say anything bad?" And the other half are like, "Fucking Queen Lizzie, that old bitch.
right.
Fuck her."
Right. Especially like look at like speaking of like the Kardashians, like it's either you absolutely love them, think they can do no wrong, or you just like fucking hate them, don't care about them. And I think that's probably very similar. Obviously they have different purposes, but just as far as like people's opinions, I think it's very similar.
Yeah, it seems like maybe not though. Maybe that's the crazy thing. It seems like obviously the royal family has a lot more pull and can affect people's lives in more of a real way than the
Oh yeah.
Kardashians, which is kind of like the Kardashians aren't really hurting anybody other than like, you know, whatever, the body image police or whoever, whatever,
Yeah.
Whereas the queen and shit, they're probably, they're like hushing pedophilia and probably having people
Yeah.
killed and shit like that, which is a little more serious.
Oh, for sure. I definitely agree. Like they're different in what they do and what they impact, but more so people's opinions is what I meant. But I I agree. The only thing is again, kind of going back to controversial shit and conspiracies, it's kind of crazy when you like look at everything that the Kardashians are kind of like involved in that you don't maybe realize. Like all the stuff, like after the Astro World stuff happened, like they made other drama happen to kind of cover that up and so that people weren't paying attention to it because Kylie was obviously with Travis. She was there that night, all of that. So it's very interesting. There's all sorts of shit going on with them and they're always kind of
I mean,
going to be.
they're one of the most powerful PR firms in the history of the world.
It's insane.
They know what they're doing. They know when to talk, when to go away, what's the exact right time for Kim to get rid of her butt implants. How are we gonna launch this news that I don't have butt implants, but it's just gonna be a paparazzi photo and people are gonna talk about it? It's crazy. It's
It's so calculated. It's
it's
very interesting. And I I think it's always very crazy too because she does a lot with like not necessarily prison reform, but trying to like get prisoners out and what's that called? Like when someone's in there for life and she's trying to fight for them. It's
sure.
called something specific.
I don't know.
But she does a lot with that, studying law. So I feel like that's kind of interesting, but um I love Kim the most, obviously.
Yeah, I mean they've definitely painted themselves into a corner that anything they're doing, I have a trouble thinking any of it is genuine just because of how intentional and calculated everything is. I kind of assume everything is like a stunt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's very
yeah,
hard to be like, oh, you actually care about anything at all. And whether they do or do not, I do not know because in actuality, we probably don't really know very much about them as actual people.
right. It's all very interesting. Those are my athletes.
Yeah, it is a bizarre phenomenon that this family that has no talent other than just the talent of being hot and famous, which is kind of fucking awesome and commendable and as American as it gets, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Um, what an interesting ride. But yeah, I mean, not much not much else to say on that. There's all sorts of stuff like Kanye West is supposed to be missing right now. I don't know if you've seen that, which is just like he's just so fucked up and it's stale because I feel like he doesn't even deserve the time.
Was listening to a podcast actually. There's a guy from Barstool Sports who was at what is the name of it? It's like the most expensive hotel in America. It's in Utah or
Yes.
something. He said he was out to dinner and he was just there. That's where Kanye is. No one knows where
Yeah.
he is, but he's like, there's Kanye. He's right there. So I guess he's in Utah if he's telling the truth, which I guess I believe him. I don't know.
Yeah,
Be a
why would
weird
he
thing to make
lie?
up. And
Yeah.
he's been known to, he lived in Utah for a long time, right? When he was making, what's the album? Not this last one, but the one before that. He was
I
living
don't
out there
know.
and he did like a big album party and there was a big whole thing like GQ did a party out there. He was
No,
living
I
just
didn't.
out on the range, living his life. What I don't remember.
Utah is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. I can see why someone would want to live there, honestly.
Mhm.
Soda
Uh
pop shops.
yeah, the people seem kind of strange. The whole soda pop thing, like drinking is immoral, that seems weird. Like
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, but
Mormons.
yeah, it seems that Mormon people are very extreme, but they take criticism of their lifestyle better than other people
Yeah.
that are extreme in that way. I hear a lot of comedians be like, "Yeah, I'll go out there and I'll just make the most heinous Mormon jokes, and they'll all think it's funny," which is nice, I guess.
Yeah. I think because they know it's so different than the normal lifestyle. And it's not, it's like, I don't think that you see a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you see a lot of Mormons that are hypocritical. I think that people kind of like are living that lifestyle or they're not. It's like you're a Mormon or you're not. Um,
Yeah.
where like Catholics, it's like, yeah, I go to Catholic church, but I'm not living that day in and day out, you know? And, I mean, that might be generalizing, but I feel like anytime I've encountered someone who's a Mormon, it's like, no, it was like hardcore Mormon, until I decided to leave the church. It's
Sure.
more
Yeah,
serious, I
you're
feel.
not really half-assing Mormonism usually. I don't think. I don't even know if that's really possible. I don't know shit about being a Mormon, to be honest with you. I just know all the really weird beliefs and stuff. It's like they really like the Book of Mormon, which is a play about how fucked up and crazy being a Mormon is. It's just one long joke about the entire religion. And they're like, yeah, I love it. It's great. But basically, the entire thing is like, this is stupid. And you would have to be an insane person to believe this. But they'll go watch and be like, this is great. Yeah, I believe that
Yeah,
Robert
fuck.
Smith, he found a book in like 1840, and that is how God works. Basically, I
It's
believe it.
it's so crazy. We have a friend who just recently left the Mormon church when he was like 21. And he'll like, talk to us about like he had coffee for the first time when he was like 23 or something and just like talking about his experiences is just so interesting and like it's very fascinating.
Like, does he speak negatively about it? Does he speak kind of like, I don't know, that's just the way it was about it? Or is it just
No,
different?
I
Like,
think
it
he speaks
seems
very
like,
factual, like this is why. And I never questioned it because it's not like you question something if it's all you ever known until like you're old enough to realize like, oh, this is not very common.
mhm. Yeah. I think that's a very common thing with Mormonism that the people are so positive about everything that it's very easy to be like, this sounds fucking great, kind of. And even if you come at them with negativity, they just combat it with positivity. to the
Yeah.
point where it's a little deranged and like fucked up to some people. If you like zoom out and you're not involved in the conversation, you're like, God damn, you are kind of freaking me out. But
Yeah. Actually, I'm like all a little fucked up about that kind of stuff right now because that book I just literally sat down, started it on Saturday and finished it on Saturday was all about like someone who tried to infiltrate a cult for like a piece of journalism and she got like sucked into it deeper than
mhm.
anyone. And it's the craziest thing. Like that's the one thing that can make my skin crawl. Like
Yeah, I think I would be very susceptible to a cult if it was positioned and like marketed correctly. Like if there's someone I respect and they say something, I will just always be like, yeah, that's the truth. That's how it
that's
fucking works. I
that's what
think
I believe
I
now.
have a decent eye for not respecting a lot of people or not respecting their opinions. But if it's someone whose opinion I'm just like people who are in a position of power or seemingly in a position of power, I'll kind of a lot of times be like, yeah, I don't know, that kind of sounds right. Like I thank
Right,
God for the internet because if there wasn't the internet to have like differing voices, I would just be like, Joe Biden's the president. He knows what he's fucking doing. This shit is correct. He's, you know, he's doing the
right,
Lord's work. Like, there's definitely a scenario in my life, like a Doctor Strange, A Million Outcomes, where I just go down like a QAnon rabbit hole. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. Obviously, Joe Biden's a lizard. Hillary Clinton eats babies. Donald Trump is coming back. He is still the president. JFK Jr. is still alive.
yeah,
Let's go, Brandon. Like, there's a scenario where that happens to me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you just get sucked in. You're just an impressionable little baby,
Yeah, I mean, it's
aren't we
it's
all?
the QAnon shit specifically. I mean, it's like you're into Lord of the Rings, kind of. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if there was this crazy, wild, like magical conspiracy that was running the world, and I could just like pile all my problems onto this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Hey,
movie recommendation, documentary on HBO, This Place Rules. It's about basically all the events that led up to January 6th and the Capitol riots. This guy who has also a very good YouTube channel, Channel 5 News, who I've been watching since, I don't know, like years now. He's awesome. He basically does like a good version of Man on the Street interviews. He goes to like all these
oh,
political rallies, he goes to White Lives Matter rallies, he goes to Antifa, whatever. He goes to the Daytona 500. He just goes to interesting places and puts a microphone in front of people. But he basically kind
interesting.
of was following all these groups of people around leading up to January 6th. And it's very good and very interesting. And it's funny and it's posed in a way that is like pretty fair to both sides, which you almost never get with stuff like that.
Right. What did you say it was on?
HBO.
Oh, cool. Love
Also,
that.
yeah, but check out all his YouTube videos too if you're ever looking for something to watch on YouTube. Very good
Yeah,
stuff.
love that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. You know, again, you just get a touch of everything with this.
Hmm.
You're gonna get a little bit of motivation, a little bit of conspiracy theories, and then a little bit of January 6th.
Yeah, I mean, it is fascinating to because like and kind of his whole point of the thing is like we demonize the people that did it, but the real pieces of shit are the people that knew they were saying bullshit and trying to rile these people up and organize them to do this. Like, I don't
Mm,
blame most of these people who are like poor and from these terrible parts of the country with no real media literacy or real education that have been on welfare their entire life being like, I would like to believe there is some mythical boogeyman that is controlling all this and that my life doesn't suck just because I'm getting fucked over.
right. Just because
um
this is the hand I was dealt.
yeah, like people will, yeah, like I don't know. I kind of at one point thought it was funny, but kind of more and more get a little like grossed out by the people that will go to these Trump rallies and they'll like interview people that are very clearly like mentally ill and they'll tell them the QAnon story and they'll be like, look at this fucking idiot. And it's like, I mean, it's not their fault. It's the people that are coming up with this thing. But I don't really like
In
shitting on this like guy that
conditioning
obviously
them.
is mentally handicapped that obviously is
Conditioning them.
mentally handicapped that lives in like a fucking trailer. It's like no shit he thinks the goddamn people are lizards. Like I don't know.
Right, right. It's very interesting. I'll have to watch that and let you know. That'll be my homework.
Yeah.
Your homework is Don't Worry, Darling.
All right. I'll give it
Of
a watch.
course. Gotta watch it. Love Harry Styles so much. Who doesn't? That man's a man rocket.
He's a good looking guy. He's a good looking man. Um I don't know if you have any of these off the top of your head. We'll probably wrap up pretty soon. We talked about people that are going to have a big 2023 in terms of famous people or any people.
Oh,
Do you have any on the top of your head? I kind of looked through it and I kind of struggled. I looked at all the new movies coming out. It's a lot of household names that are in the big roles. There's not like an
damn.
Austin Butler playing Elvis that I'm aware of. The one actor I have on here is Jonathan Majors. I think he's going to be like an A-list actor by the end of this year. He's the new
Interesting.
big bad in Marvel. He's going to be in the new Creed movie. He's in a lot of stuff. He's
I didn't
and
know Creed
honestly,
was coming out with another movie.
yeah, Creed 3. It's supposed to come out this year, but he's the bad guy in that. He's the new, Thanos or whatever in the
Mm,
Marvel movies. And
no
honestly, I think
way.
he's an incredible actor. He's amazing. I've enjoyed him and everything he's done for years now. He's great. One of the best actors
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, I am so bad with that. I have no fucking clue. I'm not good with like the actor side of it. The actual like celebrity part where it's like people that are just famous because they're famous. I'd have to give that a good
Any
think.
things on the internet you're seeing, they're like, this is going to blow up. This is going to be the next fucking hot
Well,
ones. This is going to.
I will say it's gonna be the year of Taylor Swift for sure because she's starting her tour. So I think just like
Okay.
we're seeing
That's
Harry
fair.
Styles everywhere right now, like we're gonna see Taylor Swift
I'm
absolutely
surprised
everywhere.
Taylor Swift doesn't do any acting, really.
I know she's been in, she's had like a few cameos every now and
But
then,
isn't she
but
always like Taylor Swift? Does she ever
not
do a role?
necessarily. She
I guess
wasn't.
not that I can think of.
She was a new girl for like such a quick scene, and she wasn't herself. But
That was
um,
forever ago.
yeah, it was
That was
so long
before
ago,
she was Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift.
right? I think I don't know. I think that she's so laser focused on her music and she's contracted to do however many albums. And I think she's like repping those out super quick. And then I sadly think she'll retire because I think she'll have babies and just be MIA, write songs under a pseudonym.
Man, I think she probably likes money though.
Yeah, but
And
she's
she
gonna
would.
get money still. Like,
I know,
she's
but well, that's the thing. Like all these celebrities could like have enough money and keep making money, but like you could make a lot more money, which would be cool.
yeah,
Taylor Swift better than I do. Her retiring seems, and when a celebrity retires, what does that even really mean? Or
right,
especially musicians, like it's
right.
so easy to just be like make 8 songs and be like, here you go. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
in the sense that she's, doing the cycle of, an album or whatever every 2 years, a tour every 2 years sort of thing. Probably, I mean,
yeah, because
yeah.
she's always said that she like wants to like raise her children in a very private lifestyle and all of that. So, I mean, maybe she won't. I would love if she never retired. That would be great for me. But I just can see her taking some serious time off when she's like gonna have a family. But
Rightfully so. She's earned that right, I think.
I don't think
Um,
she'll ever stop working though. I think she'll like write a fuck ton of music because she still writes a ton of music and like just other people perform it and all of that. So
yeah,
I think
sure.
I think she'll continue to do that, especially now that Joe is like writing music with her partner. Like that's huge too.
Is her partner a famous person?
Actor
What's his name?
Joe Alwyn.
Joe Alwyn. Never heard of him. That's crazy that I would never have heard of Taylor Swift's boyfriend until just now. But
He is from London.
oh yeah, I mean, they kind of look like they're related.
No, they
I
both
mean,
have blonde hair.
guys, a little. I'm
No.
teasing, but they look a little bit alike.
What picture are you looking at?
I don't know. I'll share it with you right now. Present, share screen, Chrome tab, Joe Alwyn.
Because if you're looking at this one from People, that's just a bad photo to look at.
This here, I mean, a little. Come on, you can't tell me
Oh,
I'm
they both have
insane.
blonde hair and blue eyes.
I mean, come on, a
That
little.
coat is great. Fine, a little. The best couples
Yeah,
do.
I mean, they couldn't be cousins. Come on. Not saying she is, not saying anything. There's no value being associated here. I mean, come on. Come on. They look a
A
little bit
little.
alike.
Noses are so different.
Well, sure.
Noses are
I don't
normally
know.
a giveaway. But I think they look great together still.
Yeah, sure. A lot of couples look kind of alike. That's him.
No,
Oh, God. I was going to think that would be hilarious. Why
that would be.
was nearly in? That would be funny.
Yeah.
Didn't watch that this year. Didn't watch like any Christmas movies this year. I don't know what happened.
I didn't watch Love Actually this year, but
No. He kind of looks like if Austin Butler was like kind of a nerd.
oh. Did he date Emma Stone? Was that what that picture was?
I don't know. I clicked off. Is this right here? I mean, it looks like it, right?
Yeah, it
Oops.
says boyfriend Joe Alwyn looks very dapper.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
He likes pale chicks.
Yeah.
More power to you, brother.
White girl power, apparently. But,
Um,
love a blondie.
this is just coming to my head now. What do you think of Austin Butler?
I
Generally speaking.
I've never like followed him or like been super into anything. I've never watched the Elvis movie, so I feel like I haven't like bought in.
It's good. It's very good, and it's the man. It doesn't seem like movies do that as much anymore, where someone just kind of goes from relative obscurity to. I mean, he is just an absolute superstar. He's fucking everywhere now.
Yeah,
It helps that he is like the most beautiful man you'll ever see in your
yeah,
life. Just
yeah.
as traditionally handsome as you could possibly get.
I agree. I think he's handsome, but I'm not like losing my shit over him. But I think it's because I haven't like watched. When you like we kind of talked about the concerts, like you might like someone, then you like watch them, and you're like, oh my god. I haven't had that moment with him.
Talent is sexy. It is.
It
Um,
is.
have you like listened to him do interviews and stuff? He's
Yes.
like being Elvis still, kind of, not really, but like there's just no way that that's how he actually talks when he's not on camera.
I
Because
don't
the other
know.
thing is like they'll show interviews of him because he was like a child actor and like was on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or some
Yeah.
bullshit like that. And when he was like 17, he just talked like a normal guy.
Yeah, I don't know because I've never done like the method acting, obviously.
And he did it very aggressively for this. And he's not really doing Elvis, but he just all the time is talking like this and he will never raise his
I think
voice. And
it's
it
more like his
drives me kind of insane.
cadence.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that he's doing Elvis. He kind of has come out of that a little, but it seems like so forced the way he is just trying to be as breathy as he possibly can
Yeah,
with
I
everything he
agree.
says.
I agree. I don't think he's doing it to be, I don't think he's like super intentionally doing it. I feel like,
Maybe,
when you're around someone and they like say things a certain way and then you start saying them and it's like a normal habit.
maybe, yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's something like that.
And because he's doing all the rounds of the year end, like the variety, the two actors will interview each other, or the round table of all the actors that are up for all the nominations. And it just feels like he's a character. He doesn't feel like a real person. And everything
Yeah.
he says is so like obviously they're all actors, so a lot of the shit they say is a little like, oh brother, but
Right.
that's kind of the gig. You have to be like sort of over romanticize everything about life, but he especially is, oh my god, it half the time I'm kind of into it just because he can pull it off, but
Yeah,
it
if
is
anyone's gonna pull it off, it's gonna be him for
it is a
sure.
little like Burning Man spiritual awakening every single second of the day for him, which is good for him.
I wonder if he'll be a quick burn, like if he'll go away after this, or if he'll just like continue to get big ass roles.
Well, the thing about it is that he is a very good actor, which helps,
Yeah.
I think.
But did you see
Unlike
that?
some others that are like, no offense, but like a Megan Fox, she was really hot. I don't necessarily know she was a outstanding performer. Like
Yeah.
Austin Butler is a legitimately great actor. I mean, yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, I think it's a matter of time before he gets in a fucking Marvel movie or some shit like that. Probably
Mm, maybe. We'll
see how
see.
much
That
of a
might.
bleeding heart actor who's all about the craft he is when they roll up that fucking
Damn.
$350 million check to be whatever characters are left. I don't know.
Yeah, who fucking knows? But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I need to watch Elvis. I've seen like a part of it. It was on in the hotel room and I was just like yapping away, didn't really pay attention to it. So, yeah, I thought it was a little weird that I wonder if he has some sort of like non-compete with it, but did you see they cast Jacob Elordi for to play Elvis in a
Yeah.
different Elvis spinoff? And I'm like, that's kind of interesting. I wonder why.
Um yeah, that seems like bad planning to come out with a new, maybe it's good planning. Maybe people are hot on Elvis stuff now, because I don't know. I feel like Elvis had kind of just. I mean, Elvis is obviously Elvis, but he kind of had faded out of cultural headspace for a while.
Yeah,
So maybe it's good timing. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's
we'll
kind of
see.
weird timing that there's two coming out within that
I
close of
know.
a proximity.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
like Jacob Elordi too. I think he's a good
I like
cast
him.
also. And I mean, it's not like you can't really do. It's not like he's going to play Elvis in like a sequel to the Elvis life story. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. It's
spoiler,
totally
it's
different.
the movie's his entire life. It's from birth to death. So there's not really a sequel coming, I don't think.
Right, right. So we'll see. I can't think of any celebrities that I think are going to have a big year. I think that's a good one. I do think like a prediction that's off the top of my head. I think that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox have to break up. I think that there's no,
You could have told me they already were. I mean, we're done with that, right? I mean, we're moving
yeah.
on. Like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody
Hmm.
gave a fuck like after a week. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it was hot there for a minute, but now, like in the past few months, people have been like, I'm so sick of hearing about them.
like
But I'll
who the
be
fuck
happy.
is listening to or like a fan of Machine Gun Kelly? Who
There's a
are these
lot of
fucking people?
people.
It's crazy.
I
I
know.
always will kind of zoom out and be like, are there this many people that have that bad of taste that they're like, I like this? Like, to not realize how bad of a ripoff, and not even that it's just a ripoff, it's a ripoff and it's a much worse version of that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is. I like one of his songs because it came on a playlist one time, and I was like, oh, this is fine. But I'm not a big Machine Gun Kelly girl. I'm a little confused. I remember he was in that horror movie that one time, and I was like, who the fuck is
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when he was a fucking rapper and it was not good then. I liked it because I was like a stupid teenager and he was a white rapper. So I was like, that's kind of
Right.
cool, I guess. And he rapped really
Cool.
fast, which when I was 16, I was like, dude, you rap fast. That's pretty sick. You got to rap fast.
I
That's what
like
it's
you
all
now.
about. You're saying all those words really fast, Machine Gun Kelly. Way to go, dude.
What
But yeah, I
an
mean, he's been
accomplishment.
fucking corny as fuck his entire existence as a famous person. It
Yeah.
just could not be more forced and more. stupid.
I hope it's
So
a bit.
stupid.
I hope he's not genuine.
I mean, he seems like a genuine dickhead, is what he seems like. I mean,
Like,
he
yeah,
seems like he believes all this, and he's just a total fucking douche.
I know. With like the ring that he got Megan Fox, where she can't take it off without it cutting her and all that stuff. Like,
What a
just,
fucking dickhead.
yeah,
And he is the most like ready to like fight pedestrians who like talk shit to him in public. Like he's always wants to fight people. He always is
I hope they're
like
both in
talking shit
rehab.
to people. It's like, oh fuck God.
They both needed to be in rehab. So I hope that's where they're at.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. But yeah, hopefully 2023 is not Machine Gun Kelly's year.
Yeah, I hope not. I think
Hopefully it's
maybe
not.
it's his year to get clean and just fall off the
Yeah,
fame.
maybe. I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, he has to have so much goddamn money at this point unless he's blown it all. Like, I think he's good, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but like you said earlier with Taylor Swift, like they could have a lot of money, but they're always gonna want more.
Yeah, maybe I'm fucking out of touch, but I don't know. It seems like, yeah, I don't have a lot of good answers for this. I feel like usually I have a few music people that I'm kind of in on that I don't really have that.
I just think like there's not a bunch of people that are like really big right now. It's almost like there's your few token people that are very famous, but it's almost like quick fame is so in right now with like TikTok and everything that it's
Yeah,
like I just I think there's no telling when someone's gonna pop up and be super famous.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think there's so much niche stuff that it's hard to even tell how famous anyone even is anymore. It's hard to tell, like, on a great scale. Like, is this person famous enough to like be in a commercial? You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
usually have no idea. Like, they're internet famous, but
right. Who else
like,
knows about him? I think everyone knows, but it's like,
yeah.
okay,
Ooh,
interesting.
this girl that's gonna play the Little Mermaid, I could see her being a big deal.
Oh, that's a good one. Does that come out in 23?
It's supposed to, and she's like she sings too. I could see her having
Yeah,
a little bit of a pop.
I agree. I agree.
Halle Bailey, I think is her name. A little too close to Halle Berry. Seems like she should add like a middle initial in that or something.
I
Maybe not.
know. Extremely close. Too close. She's gonna do well.
Yeah, I hope she does well. Halle Bailey, come on the pod. All
It
right,
almost sounds like you're saying Halle Berry with like a speech impediment.
Halle Bailey,
Halle Berry,
Halle Bailey, Halle
go.
Bailey. What do you think? Who made that song? Hurricane Chris,
Halle
Halle Berry, Halle
Berry.
Berry.
Yeah, they'll remix it for her.
Is that Hurricane Chris? Yeah.
I
Halle
don't know.
Bailey, Halle Bailey.
That'd
What's
be
Hurricane Chris up to? I hope he's doing okay.
that would be an iconic remix if they dropped that like right after the
Yeah, I mean
movie.
Hurricane Chris is like, fuck yeah, dude. No one's been hitting my phone in a long
Finna
ass time.
finna get my bag for real.
Let's go, dude. What happened to
Right.
Hurricane Chris?
He's just living the life, I'm sure.
Oh shit, he died.
No
Damn.
way. No
Well,
remix.
they're not. Oh wait, this says years active, present.
So did
Affiliated is arrested for second police report she found suffering multiple years. Yes, I think he died. Damn.
Wow,
Fuck.
that's
Sad.
tough. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Hurricane
Hurricane Chris.
Chris.
Damn. Not only the outro music. Sorry.
Yeah.
Usually these are very good about like all his Google and stuff does not say that he died, but his
Yeah.
Wikipedia does.
Well, anyone can edit Wikipedia those things.
You know, usually on Google it always has like your
Yeah. The death date or whatever.
oh, maybe he murdered someone else, so he's going to prison. Got it.
Oh.
Still alive, going to jail on a murder
Okay.
charge.
So not R.I.P. Hurricane Chris.
R.I.P. the guy that Hurricane Chris shot and killed.
Yeah, you piece of shit. But
Yeah.
anyway, run that track.
Yeah. Halle Berry. All right. Well, it's been another great episode. We've enjoyed talking to you. We made the most of it without Wes. Honestly, it was
Yeah,
about 30 minutes in. I was like, fuck, I don't know if we're going to have 30 more minutes of shit to talk about here, but we did it.
we
Talked a
always
little
do.
Hurricane Chris, talked a little Austin Butler. Hope you liked it. Like and comment and subscribe and follow us where we can be followed. Have a great night.
Peace.